Today I'm working with my bamboo again. I'm going to cut a piece and I'm going to then dig out the root, separate it from the rhizome that's under the soil, dig it out and move it. I've done this with a couple of pieces already because we've got some gaps in our bamboo fence. This piece here I cut and moved, I guess, a couple of weeks ago now. So just dug it out and it is sprouting nicely. There's a lot of new growth. This is brand new, this piece here. It's about 1 metre long already, and then there's other growth coming off, so it's looking pretty good. And I've done that with a few other pieces down here as well. I'm really encouraged that it's growing so well, so I'm going to spend some time today cutting another couple of culms and digging them out and putting them in a couple more gaps. Now I'm looking for culms that are growing reasonably close to the edge of the clump. Don't want to be trying to dig around getting anything from right in the centre, but you can see here there's a hole here where I've removed one before and I've had to cut. You can see the rhizome here is pretty heavy, so I've dug that out, cut it out and planted it up. So now I'm going to look for others that are in bigger clumps. Like these ones here are fairly thinly spaced. I don't want to interrupt their growth. I've already taken some out in previous years. There's 4 or 5 there that I've thinned out already, but you can also see that there is lovely fresh new growth coming through. There's one, there's another one there, and there's another one there. And I love seeing this at this time of the year. I've just walked down and counted over 100 new shoots coming up. So I've got no worries about taking a few out. So right down here at the back of the section, there's some good clumps. There's that huge clump right at the end there that's massive. And I really don't want to try and get in there because they're all massive, strong, solid culms, and I'm sure the rhizome in the ground is massive too. And you can see there's lots of new shoots coming out, so I don't want to disturb any of these. There's one there, further around, so they're all coming out around the ring. There's a bigger one full of ants, unfortunately, so I don't really want to disturb those at all. So I'll come back down. There's one here that I found that is quite good. It is a bit tangled up in vines and stuff at the moment, but we will get into it, clear it out and take it out. So there's no new growth coming close to it, and it looks like a culm that's a couple of years old at least, so it's good for cutting. Before I make a start on attacking the undersoil part of the bamboo, I'm going to cut this guy off. I'll drag him out of here, and later in the day I'll trim off all the branches, drill some holes in it and pop it in our borax and boric acid solution to soak, so it's better preserved and more useful. You can see here, these are the roots from the bamboo, but under here there's a rhizome. There's a huge chunk of bamboo that is the real source of the goodness that the bamboo draws on, and I've got to get that out. But this mat of roots down here is absolutely incredible. There's also quite a bit of rock in here. Not fabulous ground. There's a little shoot coming in here, so I'll have to be careful with him. And I've got this piece here that I'm going to have to somehow figure out where I can best cut, but I think I'll cut at the back here. And that's the tricky part, is getting that rhizome out. And in the past I started using the machete, and then I moved on to using this little hatchet, which worked pretty well, but it's exhausting work, especially in the heat, and it's really hard on the joints, on the elbow and the shoulder. I'm not getting any younger. So now my tool of choice is my little chainsaw. I was using it one day and the blade was blunt, and I thought, I need to change the blade, and then I thought, let me do one more thing with this blade before I take it off and change it. And I successfully, with the least effort so far, cut through one of the rhizomes on the bamboo. So I've done it a couple of times now, it works really well. The chain is absolutely munted, but they're cheap, they're throwaway pieces of equipment, so I'll put a new chain on it once I've cut this one out, or another couple of them out, and I'll be good to go for keeping on pruning the trees. That seems to have cut through that really solid piece of rhizome that's down here. Now I have to fight with these matted little roots down here to get all of this out as intact as possible. I don't know if you can hear it, but when I'm breaking into it with my bar here, you can actually hear the roots ripping and tearing, which I don't really like to do, but it's necessary. I'm starting to see a little bit of movement there, but it's still pretty stuck. There we go, look at that. There's actually two new culms poking their heads up. There's two new little shoots, so I'm happy about that. Look at that, all very good. But there was actually two joints with the rhizome here and here, and it's yeah, taken a bit of work to get those out, but it's done. So now I'll go and dig a hole for it in one of the spaces I've chosen further up the driveway. I've got a bit of a gap here, so this is where I'll plant the one that I've just cut out. I'll add a nice big bucket of fresh compost that I've made to the hole first, and then I'll go and get my new bamboo culm and drop it in there. I'll just give it a good dose of our photosynthetic bacteria plant food, good watering, and hopefully we'll see some good growth from this and it'll fill this gap up nicely, and now we will have a complete row of bamboo down this boundary of our section. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to know more about what we do with bamboo here at Suansok Homestay, check out this playlist here. And if you're new to our channel, please click the subscribe button and leave us a comment below to let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.